Okay, welcome to Support Desk Live, everybody. My name is Allie, and I am your support desk support for the day. As everyone is coming in, I just want to say that this is being live streamed into our Facebook group. And this session is also used on our YouTube channel after Support Desk Live ends. And we let you know that because if you're going to join us live and come on camera, we want you to know that this is going to be a public available video. So let me come over here and make sure we're actually live in the Facebook group and get this situated. Okay. Okay. And there I am. Okay, it is working. Welcome in, everybody. I am going to go ahead and give you the ability to turn your cameras on. And let's see. Post. Oh, there it is. So you can start your videos, and I've given you the power to unmute yourselves as well. Down at the bottom, there's a heart for you to click on if you would like to raise your hands, your virtual hands to ask a question. You can do that. Welcome in, Darlene and Rohit. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Oh, shoot. I'm doing all of this and I forgot I don't have my earbuds in. Have you guys been able to hear me the whole time?
Yes.
Okay, thank goodness. That is hilarious. So I just got these new earbuds. I've been doing support desk without earbuds because the ones I had were broken. And I sounded like I was completely underwater and it was all broken up. So hopefully these work really well and my audio is good because that's so funny. I had it on. I would not have been able to hear you. You'd been talking, and then I'd been like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. And you maybe would have thought it was your microphone, and it would have been me literally forgetting to put my earbuds in because
Yeah,
I
it
haven't been
happens.
using I haven't been using them lately.
Yeah. I'm just going to shut a door.
Mm.
Oh.
So what are you working on today, Darlene?
Actually, I just joined for interest's sake because it's a long story. I've actually been paying for Zenler for a couple of years, but not doing too much with it. My sort of business area is early years movement. And I already have an existing platform where all my activities, lesson plans, resources are. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm considering, and I mean, if no one else has questions, I'm very happy to ask questions because
Yeah, go ahead.
for a long for like 2 years, I've been considering just putting it all on New Zenler, but not sure if New Zenler can do everything that I need. Um, and a few reasons I want to do that is because people have to like log in to my platform. And
Yep.
these days that's like a pain. Whereas an app is, much more easy these days, easy, it's more accessible and I'm just hello. Oh, at
Hi,
the
Rohit.
beach,
Yeah,
it looks
that's
like. That's the dream.
that's his background for today
That's a
anyway.
dream. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah,
So
so
is there
I
what's the number one priority then for you in what you need to know if New Zenler can do for you, if Zenler can do for you?
um well, if I want to move everything over, I want to do everything there, like make New Zenler my main homepage, and for me to be able to have different plans and allocate special, chosen content for each plan.
Yeah, you can do that. That's doable.
And but the other thing that I don't think can be done is I have like an activities page where I have over 200 activity videos and people can search. I've got tags, so if they want to do ball activities or if they want to do a group hoop activity, they can actually either type in the word or they can search through the tags I've provided. And
Okay.
that's like my most common plan. And I don't think that's possible on Zenler, is it?
So the video library search, I mean, there's ways, certainly ways to work around it, but there's not a native easy feature to just set up and make it work just like that. Um, the first way that I would think of to do it would be to use the blog as your video library. And every blog post is the name of the video. And then you can search, you can tag categories and words. So in the blog, so they can search and then it'll pull up that video. And you can have the blog locked down for logged in users only. So
Hmm.
here, I'll share my screen real quick and kind of show you what I mean. I don't know if you need a blog because, well, with Zenler, you do get 3 sites, okay? So technically, if you needed a blog, you could still have a blog on one of your Zenler sites. But I mean, this isn't exactly what you're looking for, but it would be the fix, I would say. Okay, let me move that. Let me get, okay. And move that out of the way. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. And I'm sorry, I don't know. I've got like an allergies or something, and so I'm a little sniffly today. So I apologize for that to everybody.
No worries.
Okay, so now what we're talking about, oh, the blog. Okay. So if we come and we look at just at this, wait, which site am I on? Oh, okay, good. It's a test site. So it's sloppy and has weird stuff on it because it's not real. So
Yeah.
on the blog side though, when you come to the blog, see how you have the drop down, you can set categories and you can search for words, right? So
Mhm.
if you set the blog up, um, so like even like Zenler's blog, see how it's got all the tags? So you could use that as the tag. What? You can use that as the tags, right?
Hmm.
Um, and and then these are the videos, right? And then you click on it, and you don't have to have a full blog in it, but you could have a description and just have the video right there. And inside Zenler, one of the things that you're able to do when you're setting up your page access and things
Hmm.
is you're able to decide if things are available to people who are logged in or logged out, right? So
Hmm.
let's see, what's the best way to do this? Is it-
So I can just have loads and loads of videos, and if they click on the video, they can find out more information about the activity.
Yeah, and they
And
can
then they
watch
can
the
revert,
video.
return back to blog.
Exactly. And
Mm.
well, yeah, they could go, okay, so the video would be on the blog. And then yeah, they'd click on it. You could have a description there if you want. I don't know if that's how your current library is set up,
Yeah,
right?
there is essential information. So there is
Yeah,
some
so yeah,
info.
you could have all the information and the video, and you can use the blog. And then you can just make sure that like your page settings, you have the ability on your page settings for a lot of things, for things to be available for all users or logged in users. And there are some trainings on Zenler, where it shows you how to do things like remove, the general registration from your site so that people can't just create a random registration. The only way to create a login on the site would be to make a purchase of the membership or the course or a program. So then essentially what that would do is create your whole site if you did it for all the pages as logged in users only and removed free registration from your site. It would
Mhm.
lock your whole site down almost like a whole membership site. So everything on the site, whether it's a blog post, whether it's whatever, everything you design on your site is put by a login as the home page,
Okay.
right? So now the
Mm.
only people who have login access are your members. So when they go to the blog, you can use the blog as a library, as a training library. You can do the same thing for your courses, right? You can have courses and programs set up. But the courses are set up the way that they are. You know what the curriculum looks
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it's set up like that.
yeah.
But you can, and they can search through courses too. So some can be courses. You could have some set up on the blog, like blog posts. So you have some flexibility there if you're locking the site down as an entire membership site, right? Because some
Hmm.
people need the whole site with public access, right? Because they're using the blog for SEO to get traffic from search traffic and things like that.
Yeah.
So it just depends on how you're going to use your Zenler site and if you're comfortable locking it down that way. You do get 3 Zenler sites. So the other sites could be subdomains of the site. So like your courses and your membership site could be the subdomain, which is you know, courses or programs dot my website dot com kind of thing. And
Yeah.
then, your main site has your main blog and your public content for SEO and whatnot.
So if I understand right, I can, if I had to add like lesson plans for different ages and say, here's 20 crossing the midline activities, 20 ball activities, I can create plans and allocate, and I can also allocate that blog if I wish to do so. So it can be an annual subscription for 3 different plans, and I choose what they
N-
get. I can do that, right?
Okay, so the blog would be all access to all members or not. Do you know what I mean? Like
Ah,
if you're
okay.
locking
Mm.
down the site, just anybody with a login will be able to then access the blog. So when they get to the
Ah, yeah.
blog,
Mm.
all of your content will be sorted. It'll be tagged by those categories you were just talking about.
Mm.
It'll be
Mm.
here and here. So if they hit that category of that age group or whatever you're talking about and they do that, then all the blogs with that tag will come in right here. And so they'll be able to find them because it'll be searchable for them. When it
Mm.
comes to the courses and the programs, yes, you could have one course and it tells them on there who it's for if that's what they want to
Mm.
buy.
Mm.
Or you could say in one course, say you have one course and it's all about legs. This is a course about legs, your leg movements, your leg exercise, steps, walking, all the things, bicycling,
Mm.
anything you use your legs for. You could have 3 tiers on this particular course where it's these leg movements for anyone birth to 2 years old, and that's tier 1. Tier 2 is leg
Mm.
movements for anybody from 2 to whatever, right? You could do tiers like that in the same course,
Mm.
or you could just sell individual courses for that particular thing. So you could
Yeah.
have one course for this age group, another for this age group, and so on and so forth. So you could
Okay.
categorize them any way you want to. It's
Mm.
you know what I mean? So I don't know how
Yeah.
people come into your funnel, so to speak. I don't know how they come into your business. Do they just buy a
Yeah.
one-time membership and then you sort them into their things?
Well,
Do they self-select?
mostly my customers are kindergartens or nurseries, or the teachers access my content to teach movement to the children.
Okay.
Mm. Because I also have resources kind of in the way of videos and PDFs and so on. And I was wondering, how do I have these accessible for people who have now taken my plans? Could it be in communities that I add all of those and then people belong to the community and they find them there?
Yeah, you could do there's some things you could do with community to sort content, and a community can be tied to a couple of different things for sure. So you could have a community itself like these ones here, see where it says course discussions. Those are actually course discussions that came from a course, right? That's um
Hmm.
from that. These are actual communities. So you could have several different things, and they could be tied to course or membership access. So if they buy this particular program, they're automatically enrolled in all of the communities or in this community. And then, yeah, they can click through and find what they want in their little area there for sure.
Okay.
So then if we're talking membership and having ways to sort, and you're talking about locking the whole site down for those teachers and caregivers, right? Now
Hmm.
they have different areas. You have the blog where you can have content all tagged for them, different categories, very easy to search. And then the same thing here in the community area. That can be part of the membership as well, where you have content and links to different resources between the blog, the community, and through your the lessons and the courses can
Hmm.
host the content as well. So you do have a lot of
Okay.
options. You just
I
kind of
need to
have
look
to,
more at the communities. I haven't really studied
yeah.
it too much.
I mean, I'm not the community's functionalities are really pretty basic. Okay. It's
Okay.
not, you're not going to be able to sort and filter and like it can do things in some ways. For example, like with the course discussions, it is a nice feature that once you're in the course, you can tag, you have the all lessons comes up for that course. This is just a test site, so it doesn't have a lot of lessons. But if you had your lessons categorized, a particular way,
Mm.
then people could sort and find posts based on that particular lesson so they can find content on it. You also have this little featured section where in the featured area you can have pinned notes where people can, so you can kind of group information together that way by pinning it. So you do have some features. You do get some, if you're actually in a community, you get a little about section you can turn on and fill out and add links to that. So there are some basic functionalities. For you, I'm more looking at community, not as an individual container that'll be able to help you filter and sort things, but am looking at it as one of the tools within Zenler that can help you do that. So like the blog can be one area, the communities can be another area, the course sections, and the courses can be another area of how you can sort of create a little ecosystem for your membership between blog, community, courses.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. We got people in today. Well, hello. Hi, Ashley and Judy and Shelly. Everybody's in today.
Hi, Allie, how are you?
Good, good. How are you doing?
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much indeed.
Good, good, good. What can I help you with today?
I think other people were in front of me, weren't they?
I don't know. Nobody has their hand up, so
Okay, okay. I put it in the chat.
look.
Um, I had some feedback from somebody today that when they go into my course, I've packed it full of stuff, and so they watch the video and then they don't realize they've got to go down. And so when she realized that that was there, so I'm just wondering, is there a
better way
best
to,
best practice or something like that.
mhm. Yeah.
Because she said, "Oh, the content is amazing. You know, you've got worksheets, you've got things to read, and I've
Hmm.
printed them all off, and all of that
Yeah.
sort of malarkey." But when she first went in, it's not like it's a video, and she didn't go down. And she said, "What you
Yes.
could do is at the end of the video say." Go down and you can find it. I said, I don't want to record all those videos.
Put it, no,
I
no, no.
recorded
Okay.
tons.
Okay. I've got you. Okay. I've got you. I can help you solve this very, very, very easily. Because yeah, the design can be a little tricky. So you got a couple of options just depending on what kind of mood you're in, okay? So let's see. Let's go to where the courses are. Okay. So when you're inside the curriculum, you can put things in multiple, right? You can have a lesson with a piece of content, and then you can add another piece of content. I could be like, yep, let me
That's what I've done.
put that in there. And so now, yep, so now you've got two in one. So when they open this up, oop, come on now. When they come in here, they have to, if they don't scroll, right? They see that PDF, but they don't know that there's a second one under
Correct.
there. They
Correct.
haven't done it. And you could put 10 things down here. It could be never ending. Whereas if you put each thing in its own lesson, there's a next. It doesn't say next on mine because I've played with the settings testing things, but it does say next for everybody else. So see how you can do that? And it's next. And so each lesson. So number one way would be to make sure all of your lessons are in individual lessons, all of your content, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Now, the other thing that you could do is just make sure that you arrange it in a way that is, where they can see that there's stuff there. So you can do this. Scroll for, worksheets, whatever. You can put a message there. You could put some emojis there, whatever. You can make this font way bigger. Design it and then put that up at the top. Come on. Why won't you move? One. Ah, sometimes it just doesn't want to do what I want it to do. There we go. So now when they come into the lesson and they preview it, they'll see, um, it depends on which lesson I did this in. They'll see scroll. You could put some emojis there. Now, the other thing that you could do so that the other thing is if you're adding them, embedding them, or if you're adding them as a download. If you're adding them as a download, the other thing you can do as well is put anything that's marked as a download up at the top because it puts it up there as a thumbnail and then they'll see it. So,
Okay.
and it won't be under. So if you do it this way, right? Not only do you have to scroll if you had more lessons in there, but if you do it this way, the download is there. When they tap it, they download it. You know what I mean? And
Genius.
then the things below.
Genius.
So downloads will be in its own little group up there at the top. So you could have 10 of them right
Yep.
there at the top. And then the video would be here. So there's a couple of different design things, just depends on how you want it to look.
That is brilliant. That is superb. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
very
And that, like
welcome.
you said, that dead easy.
Yep, once you just got to look at the layout. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
perfect.
glad I'm glad one of your students said, "Hey, I didn't see that stuff." Because now just imagine how many other students didn't say anything and never found them and didn't even see them there.
Well, so what I did is to when I launched it, I did it as a hybrid. So basically, rather than just buying the course and just doing it on your own, I turned around and said, "Look, I do it for a cheap price, but I want you to test it and I want you to give me the feedback. And what I'll do is each week I'll jump on a Zoom and you can ask me questions." So I worked out that there was a way that I could actually release the lessons each week at set times. So we met on the first day, and I said, right, now you can get into your lessons. And then the next week it was, how did you get on? And we talked through that, and then I did that, and so that worked really well. So I think I might do that again.
Yeah, no, that's always if you can do like a mini like sort of build and validation at the same time, that's amazing. So good for
Yeah,
you that you did that. Because
no, it
yeah,
worked.
those
It
little
worked.
things sometimes we don't know. You
No,
know, we could
absolutely.
go in, we David and I recommend to people and Kevin all the time, like do incognito testings as a student just to look and experience it, just so you can see what's happening
Yeah,
and test it out because for things like that and having students that are like your beta testers, your founding members, whatever that is, that get that cheaper price and will give you feedback because sometimes we just won't notice things and they can make a big difference in that student's experience when you're trying to create a curriculum and an environment where the person actually learns the thing you're teaching them, right? Like
yeah,
that's the
yeah,
important part, right? We want them to actually learn it. So having that experience to go through it and visually just be able to see, does this make sense? It's always a good idea. So I'm so glad that we did that today because
yeah. Awesome. Thanks ever so
we
much
don't
indeed.
always think about it. You're welcome. Have a
All
great
right, cheers.
day.
Yeah, you too. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye. How's everybody else doing today?
Doing well. I have a quick question. I'm not quick question, but um, it's I'm on the pro plan with 3 sites.
Okay.
If I change, and I haven't used Zenler that much, I probably had it for 4 or 5 years, so I'm just trying to get into actually utilizing it. If I change one of the sites' name, will that mess up anything I've gotten attached to it that's like a downloadable? Because I've written a book and I had like this free download and it's attached to one of those sites. Do you know if that would change?
You did. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me make sure I am understanding you right. So you changed something.
I
You have
haven't
a,
changed it yet.
oh, okay.
Yeah, because the site name and the URL, I want to change it to something that's not so specific. And so, but I had, and within that particular site, I have like some couple of downloadable documents, and that's all. No courses, anything. I don't have any courses or anything. And I was wanting to change the name of that site and URL to something else.
Okay. So when you change your site URL, it can mess up um some of your links, the downloads. Now, are the downloads on the site or are these links that other people already have?
One of the links is in a book I just recently written. So whether or not, but nobody's really, maybe one person has clicked the link because I really haven't advertised it or marketed it yet. And so,
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, it's obviously if you change the URL of the site, it's going to change the link to that. So that link's not going to exist anymore. Um, yeah. I
okay.
mean, you have some workarounds would be, did you self-publish? Can you do a quick swap out of the book and just be like, let's update that link?
Yeah, I did self-publish. I did.
Because then you could just update that link address, or if it's the Zenler link, is it a custom domain that you're changing, or was it a Zenler link?
It
You
was
may,
a, let me look at it. Hold on. Just a minute.
you
It
would think.
is a, it just says gateway to greater.newzenler.com.
Okay, so it's a new Zenler link.
Mhm.
Um, if you if you if you do the custom domain to your site, right, and you don't change anything else about that link, okay, then it should be okay.
Say that one more
Because
time.
it should be fine. If you go in there, if someone types in, so right now you have a new Zenler site that's mysite.newzenler.com.
Mhm.
So now you're going to go set up a custom domain for that site that says mysite.com instead of mysite.newzenler.com.
Okay.
So when you do that, it's going to update all the links on the site to the mysite.com and slash whatever funnel course, download thing, whatever. It's going to update them to your custom domain. So it's automatically going to reroute the links from Zenler to yours, right?
Okay.
So if
Okay.
someone has that exact link and they type in the mysite.newzenler.com,
Hmm.
it'll reroute them to that same page, but on your domain, as long as you don't change anything else, as long as all you do is update your custom domain,
Okay.
right? And leave all your page names the same as they are, right? Don't change the name of the link, don't change the page after, other than updating your domain, don't change anything else. And all the links should work.
Okay. All right. Second, my second question, and I'm not, you may not,
Because it'll automatically reroute the pages for you.
okay. All right. Okay. All right. Do you know, I did put a ticket in, and I got a response back that they're not offering the accelerator program to people who currently have New Zealand. And I thought in the summit they said they would. Do you know if any difference of that? You know, they did the like 60 or 90-day accelerator. They mentioned it
I
in the
don't,
AI
but
summit.
Yeah, and you know, who knows, but I think if you've been in the accelerator program before, you should have emails that give you where you log in to get access to them. We are going to be having accelerator live Q&As again on Tuesdays. And anybody who's been a past accelerator member is welcome to come to those lives, right? But the main thing that we need to be aware of is that they are focused on the accelerator program. It's not support desk. It's not this where we're coming in and doing this.
Right.
It's the
Right.
accelerator program, and it's very specific to that. But
Yeah.
anybody else who's ever done it is welcome to join those sessions as well. But we will not be doing support desk questions. We
Yeah.
will not be doing that.
And that's fine. And the thing about it was, I never did, I don't think I've ever registered for accelerator program. And I think that's what we were saying on AI Summit. If you haven't registered, but that's okay. I'll go back through the.
Okay, yeah, I'll check with the team too and find out like, you know, what that is, you know, if that's possible or how that works, because I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. How is everybody else doing today? Judy, I know you've had some stuff going on. Rohit. No, it's all right. Speaking of accelerator program, for those of you who don't know what we are talking about, see, can I find the community again? We're going to start hosting those live sessions again for the accelerator program or the accelerator plus program. Why can I not get back to just tutorials? There we go. Oh, actually, I did want the community because is that where, yeah, David did a post in here. Here it is. So Accelerator Plus program and Accelerator program. lives are going to be going on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. BST, or for those that are in my Eastern time zone, that'll be at 5 p.m. It'll be at noon Eastern. And we'll run it for up to 2 hours. Just depends on how many people we have coming in and what kind of questions we have. And again, and it does explain in here for you that you can register for it, and you'll get the reminder emails will go out 1 hour before every week. Plus you all know you can put it on your calendar, you know what I mean? As well, and set those reminders ahead of time. And those sessions will happen on Tuesdays, and they will be focused again on the accelerator program. So you can still come into support desk every single week as well and ask additional questions, but the ones for the accelerator program will be focused on that program itself, and assisting new members and people with the accelerator and getting that finished up. So that is the important part of that. Now you also have access, as I tell you all the time, to this community right here. So if you are in the community, whether it's an accelerator program question, whether it's a question, a general support desk type question, you can come into the community and ask those questions anytime, right? Before support desk, after support desk, before the accelerator live, after it. You can always come into community and ask those questions. We're always around to answer those questions for you. So you can use the community for that. And you can also use the live sessions, the appropriate live session for the appropriate scenario, I guess. So, are there any questions around accelerator program? So those will be Tuesdays. So now it'll be a total of 5 hours that I'm live every week here with you all. So, and the accelerator program obviously is still focused on your business and on using the Zenler platform to grow your business. So whether it's accelerator program focus support or educational support desk support, we've now gone into 5 hours. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of support that you give. It's really good.
Yeah, well, we're trying to make sure that there's available resources for everyone when they need them. So, and the more you all show up and the more you tell us that you need, and the more we can offer.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, what time? Oh, okay, my thing was in the wrong spot. I was like, why is this not working? Okay. Let's see. Oh, hi, Shelley. How are you?
Feel a bit lonely having the only one with my camera on here. Is
No,
this the normal procedure? Should I have
no,
my camera off?
no, it doesn't matter. It just depends on if you're talking or if you're doing something. Judy might be on a call and doing something in the background. Same thing with Rohit. He might be on a call. So sometimes they mute this and do that other thing, and then they come back in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But yeah, you can have cameras on, cameras off. You can sit and listen. You can also ask questions. If there's any particular areas, like we don't have a lot of questions being asked right now. Sometimes Sometimes it's 100 questions. Boom, boom, boom. Up. Everybody's here and has a very specific question. But sometimes people just are here to learn because they learn from each other's questions and they learn from being in the room. So if there's anything specific while there's not a lot of questions going on, if there's any part of like Zenler that you'd like, maybe a look at or anything that you have questions around, I'm happy to give a look at things that are going on in the system if there's something you want to see.
I mean, I would like to know more about the community side, but I don't want to take up your time because I know obviously there's a lot of support on it, but I haven't had time to go and look at it.
Mhm.
I know there's a load of support, but because of the sort of thing that I do, I sort of wondered if in communities there I can have different categories, right?
Yeah, you can. How they function inside Zenler or what that looks like in the system might be different, than what you might be used to in another community forum. But yes, you could have, whether you call them a categories or communities, themes, whatever, you can have different, yeah, you can have you can have quite a few. Yeah.
So I mean, if I wanted like just say, anybody who uses my program, and if I wanted to have different, if they were like looking for information about teaching, how to teach well, and then there's information about bean bags, and then information about partner activities. Can there be like listed categories they can go in and then see any post or video or PDF about that subject? Is that possible?
Um, in the community. Y- y- mm, y- I think so. Like, okay, so what would the category? I'm trying to.
Oops, frozen. Is Allie frozen for you, Judy?
Yes, she's frozen.
Yeah,
My,
just give it
Oh,
give it a minute. She might come back.
okay.
I mean, I'm using communities for my website, but it's not great.
Not active.
It's new. No. It's new. So I'm testing it on one small group of 10 students because there's some bugs.
Okay.
So anyway, just
Okay, are you
You're back.
there? Yes, I'm so sorry. Listen, y'all, get used to it. It's storm season here in Florida and the power outages and all of that. Luckily I'm prepared with a hotspot because the internet is still rebooting and the power is off. So I have no power and there's no internet. I just happen to have a hotspot that I use on my phone for emergencies.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this session would be over now.
Plan B.
I live in hurricane land and storm. This is our storm season from now until
Mm,
November. So happens constantly. It's very annoying.
mm.
So anyway, we were talking about communities. I'm so sorry about that.
No worries.
So I don't know the exact architecture you're speaking of. So I need a little bit of background.
Yeah.
So are you wanting them to be like, okay, so it's if you're in
I guess I was just trying to think of a way to have my resources somewhere. So if they're wanting to know information about what is the best bean bag to buy, if in communities there's that category bean bags, everything about bean bags would be there.
you could set something like that up, everything about beanbags. And honestly, I think for what you're thinking of, it could be done in communities, but honestly, you can do that in a course, right? In a course, you could set up a course and the module itself would be called, or section, whatever, would be called beanbags. And then each lesson would be a different thing about beanbags in that module. So, and then basically what that course, I would start looking at it from a curriculum standpoint. You'd want to think about what categories do you really need legitimately. You have all of these categories for what you do. Like you can maybe
Yeah.
work with a chat GTP or something, and give it all of your categories, all your things, all your whatever. Because if you can distill it down to like five main categories, like maybe it's, maybe it's not about the bean bags, maybe it's about something else. Because then you can set up a single course for
Yeah.
each
Makes
category
sense.
itself.
Yeah.
Each course is a category, and then
Mm.
the lessons, the modules in that course can sort of group lessons together by different things, but
Yeah.
then the lessons are all, yeah. So you could do that within just a course.
Mm. Yeah, I really have to think about the architecture of it, I think.
Yeah, and how they
Mm.
access it and why, like, how are they doing it now?
They log into my platform and the lesson plans are there. I have a resources page where all the resources are. So I have different categories there, like I have sort of teacher support, I have equipment, I have activity inspiration. I've got like these different categories, and within there is PDFs and videos and links and so on pertaining to that focus.
Okay. Do you have, what's your website?
Movekids.com.
Movekids.com?
MOOV.
Oh, okay.
So this is when you're logged in. There's not so much about my platform on the website, but when
On
you're
the
logged
website,
in,
yeah. But when you're
it's
logged
when you're
in, you
logged
see.
in. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see more. And this isn't, and so this one isn't, this is not your is this your Zenler site?
No.
No, no, this is just your site. Okay,
Mm.
okay.
I do have a Zenler site, a Move Kids Zenler site, but there's just 2 products on there at the moment.
Right.
Mm.
Um,
One of my main reasons for wanting to move over to New Zenler is the IT aspect. I live in Finland, and anything IT is just hugely expensive.
um,
And you guys give such amazing support, and I was thinking that I would save a lot of money if I could do so much of it myself, with the support of all of you. Um, and also because it's not an app what I have, and people are really asking for an app. So if I'm able to put all of my content in different categories and forms on New Zenler, they can log in using their phone and still have access to all the content.
yeah, I would start trying to do a little bit of research and looking through new Zenler, and I would think about setting up the courses area as a library, just as a resource library for what you do.
Yeah.
And that's what it would be. So the course, like, because you hear the word course and you think, oh, they go through 1, 2, 3, 4 in the course. No, the
Yeah.
course is just the container. It acts as the resource library directory instead of a
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. Yeah.
This course is the directory for beanbags or
Mm.
whatever categorization makes the most sense for you to do by course, because
Mm.
then by course, they'll have access to the entire, all courses are automatically part of, if you're a member of my thing, you can log in and click on whichever course you want. So then it becomes, there's a search feature for courses. What course am I looking for? They can go through the course categories and they can click on this one. Okay. Here's all the courses around this category. Okay. Now once they click in a course, now they've got the modules and lessons, and all they have to do is scroll through the list and then pick the one they want. So they have the searchability to search through the courses themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so the courses themselves act as categories. Okay. And then within the course, right, you can group things by modules and lessons. So now you can break them down further by category, right?
Yeah.
Within an individual course that they can search through that. And
Yeah.
then again, if you're using the blog to host content, you have categories and tags they can search through there. Although the blog is not accessible on the app in the same way. On the
Oh,
blog, you're going to want on the app available is the courses, and you'll have like this is like some Zenler, like you'll have courses so you can see the names of them and search them, and then in community have all the community categories and themes list, will show up on the sidebar. So you can access all of that within the app
mm,
versus the blog content is only on the blog. Go to the website, which they still could go to the website on their phone or whatever. But that would be the blog, would be separate. So the app, courses, and community, you can use those two things. And oh, actually, I can give you something, I think. A link so you could be nosy and snoop around some other Zenler sites that are doing memberships and things like that and kind of see what their Zenler sites look like. We have a showcase site. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, there we go. Let's see, where is it? I just need to find it. Support showcase. There we go. I will share my screen to show you the site, and I'll put the link in the chat for you all as well. It's a great little place to go and snoop who's doing what on their Zenler site. Oh, and look whose site's right here. It's Judy. So here's the link. I'll put this in the chat for you all. Okay. So
thank you.
you're welcome. And so you can just kind of come here and see what sites um, are featured on the showcase site. Oh, I think those are blog posts about their thing. Those are the showcase. So for education and training. Doo-doo. This is child attachment. There was one that's like this one site. I can't remember the name of it. It was one of my favorite sites on Tumblr as far as a membership site. It was so well done. And I can't remember what it was. So this is one. I don't know if that goes, maybe not to a, let's see. Let's see. Showcasing. Let's see, business, well-being. We all would like to be well. Sorry, it's moving slow because I'm hotspot right now because there's still no internet. I still have no power. Okay, let's see. I don't know. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Is it me? Did I lose you all again? It's just
No, your
and
voice is a little bit hazy, but
yeah, it's this, the internet because of the weather here. It's going to be a little bit slow. but you have that link, and I just and like, explore people who are doing memberships. You can also go to, I don't know, are you in the Facebook group?
Yeah.
You can go to the Facebook group as well, and you can do a search in the group, use the group search function, and
Uh-huh.
just search word membership site. And anybody who's asked questions or been talking about membership sites and sharing there, see what they've got set up, then you can kind of explore, like do your own research
I'll have a look. Thank you.
and yeah, and find and see what other people are doing, because the possibilities are endless.
Yeah. I'll take a look. Thank you very much for your time.
Welcome. Oh, okay. We have a the one-to-one coaching. Very good. And oops. And I'm going to say, oh, hi, Jenny. I only at my computer just went on power saver mode. Um, and the power still hasn't come back on yet. So my computer may die even though I have hotspot. Because there's no power. So just so you all know. Hi, Jenny. You working on anything today?
Hi, Allie. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I have one question. I wrote it in the chat, but I can
Oh,
ask
okay.
it here.
Yeah.
In the menu, I have my logo, and my question is, how do I make my logo clickable? Like, so you can click on it, so you come back to my home page, like to the start page. Because I tried in so many different places. I don't understand where I should search for this function, because in the
Okay.
menu you can link the different, the
Yeah,
different.
absolutely. Yeah, just do it like this, you mean, right? Like that's the
S
logo in the
Sorry,
site, and can
I
you see
can't
it?
see. Uh,
The screen? Can you see the
no,
word Zenler?
it's all black to me.
Oh, the
Oh,
screen.
I can
Okay.
see. I can see it's trying to. You're trying to share screen now, but I can't
Yeah.
see it yet. So it's processing.
Yeah, it's just so delayed.
Yeah, it's like where you have now I see it. So now, yeah, it's like where you have the Zenler logo, I have my logo. So how do I make it clickable? So if someone wants to click on it so they can return back to the first page as you usually have it on websites. That's my question.
Mhm. Yes, so I'm gonna try and go to the area too, but it's in your site settings. If you've added the logo in that particular spot, then it should be clickable and it should do that. So I'm just waiting for it to get to that place. But under this area of site, on the left-hand side, there's going to be a setting for branding. There we go.
Yes. Yeah.
Branding. And then from that branding section, there's a spot to upload your logo. If you upload your logo there, that's where it shows up on your site.
Yeah, I
It
have done that. So I have my logo, but how do I make it, like, how do I decide? I can't find here. I have been there where you are. I want to be able to choose what page when you click on the logo where you come, because
oh
now
the home.
because now for some reason you come to like my courses or something, but
Okay, that's right here. What is your home page? You set your home page right here.
oh
So
yeah, so
home.
you mean that probably this is connected. So
Yes, this is
if
the
I want the
setting.
logo to go to the first, but I don't get it here. Log out, log in. So if I always
Logged
want it
out,
to
just
be,
logged
sorry,
out or logged in, just keep it both the home page. Yes.
yeah, okay.
Yep,
So
make sure it says your page home, and then that's what it'll do.
if I have this there, then if they press the logo, they will come. Super! Yay! I'm so happy for this. I
Yay.
have tried this so much.
Yes, no, this is the setting for it is here. So yeah, as long as these are set to that home, that's linked directly to your logo, your business name and logo and thing.
Yeah.
Yep. You fixed it.
So I will change that then. So I
Yep.
don't get it that with logged in. So even if you're logged in, you should have your first, yeah, your
Well, because it's a you have the ability in Zenler to determine if you want logged in users to go to a different page than logged out users, right?
yeah,
But
yeah,
in your case, if you want the logo to be your page, then just put both of them logged in and logged out use automatically be this is the
yeah.
home page.
This is super. Thank you so much.
Good.
That's it for
Yay.
today. Thank you.
Mm, Good.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Bye.
I'm glad that we could fix it. Bye. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Mhm. Thank you. Hopefully my power comes back on soon. The hotspot is pretty spotty with its connection here. Can you all still hear me? Who's here? I'm not sure.
Yes, can hear you.
Okay, good. Mhm. I'm making sure. Well, I would share my screen and try and do something, but the connection is really bad. It's just taking a real long time for anything to load. So I can't even really show you all much of anything right now.
Shame.
Well, yeah, I know,
Is-
crazy this weather.
Does Judy not want to speak?
She might be working on something.
I wouldn't mind. I
Sometimes
mean,
people just come in and listen. So, but go ahead if you have
I just
something.
wondered if I was able to show you my platform, if you could better understand my
Okay.
what I
Yeah, if
have.
you want to, if you,
And
like I said, this is, if you have the ability to screen share, just know this is live streamed in Facebook and YouTube. So just so you know that.
oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, yes, you
Yeah.
can show me, but you're showing everybody.
Okay.
So, but yeah,
That's
if you
okay.
would like to, you can. Here we go.
Yeah. So this is
There's
kind of
one.
my sort of the dashboard, or my move board as I call it.
Okay.
And I mean, this platform cost me an awful lot of money. It's in .NET. It's been coded, and which I've been told is kind of an old-fashioned way of doing it, and I would have to update it one day. So that's also another big X. But basically,
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of customers using this platform. I'm finding it quite difficult to get new customers. And I think it's because it's too overwhelming for teachers who don't know how to teach movement.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of
I mean,
I have lesson plans for different ages here.
Mhm.
So then I have a curriculum page. So of course this is easy to add to New Zenler, but this is the page I was meaning.
So
So
you've
here I
got,
have,
well, say even right, you've got toddler, beginner level, intermediate, advanced. Okay.
mm. And then I
Um,
have this whole lots and lots of activities, but then what I've done is there is sort of information here. So obviously, as you said, this is easy to add to New Zenler,
it could
but
be. And
it
honestly, still looking at the way I have yours is right there. I mean, certainly
mhm,
each one of those could be, I know it's a lesson. You have it like language wise, we're calling it a lesson.
mhm,
What you have here in Zenler, we call them courses, and lessons are something inside of a course, but you could
mm,
basically use a course as a single lesson. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to
sure.
have it set up as a full program. It could be just like this. Here's the resources. Here's, and each of yours courses are tagged with these things: toddler, beginner level, intermediate level, advanced level, whatever these things are here. You have those
Mm,
tags, and they could be tagged with multiple things. And then you can also tag it with things like the special needs, equipment. Like you can add tags for all of those things. So they can search for those specific tags. And then when they click on open one of those lessons for me, click on one of them. Right. So when they click on it, they'll have the video and then, yeah, activity information, instructions, all of that. Yeah. That's basically like think of each one of your
mm,
lessons. I would think of them as a mini course. Okay.
mm, mm,
And each one of these things, the way that you have it set up. And you could do that inside Zenler. Each of these lessons is a course, and everything can be set up in that course area. And you can have downloadable worksheets for them in there. It would be very easy for them to use it and find
this is my
information.
resources page.
Yeah, and
So
you would then
there's
set the blog up. You could do this would be what the blog is. The blog would then be your resource page. And inside would be all the different things. You'd use courses for all of your lessons, and they'd all be like little mini programs, and that's how they would
mm,
be. And then your teacher resources would be your blog. And that's how
mm,
you could set it up and keep it fairly simple. And through the resources you have, yes, you can have videos, you could have even downloadable PDFs, you could have anything you wanted. And all of those tags, like you have at the top up there, you'd have all those
mhm.
same tags like that, just like that on the blog, because the blog has that ability. So they could click on those and find information. And yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you should be able to do that then. I would, yeah,
I
I would use
worry,
the
Ali. I
courses.
get it just, I'm 60 and this is sometimes all a bit. I have spent so many years gathering all of this stuff. I'm an absolutely passionate content creator and a
Okay.
useless marketer.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of us are, to be honest with you.
So my dopamine is creating content. I love it. I'm in seventh heaven. But
Hmm.
shit, then I've got to sell it. I've got to get some
Yeah.
money back somehow, and I'm not getting money back. I'm just not getting the money back. And I'm like, either I give up or I have to do something because I just have
Yeah.
so much stuff it's very valuable stuff and kids are not moving.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm
Yeah.
kind of I can't afford IT. So I'm sort of trying to find ways to cut cost as well as preserve my content, or
Yeah.
maybe sell
Well,
it,
yeah, the thing that I would think the most about when it comes about this is the very important aspect. is you want to think about, like, when it comes to your platform, all of those things, what you want to do is you want to think about ownership. What is it that you own? What is it that you control, that you have control of, what you have access to, and what you can move, and how easily can you move it? That is going to tell you where your business is at. Because if you don't know where your content's at, where it's housed, how to get to it, how to move it, how to get everything, then it is very fragile. So, and I would start with really the path of least resistance, which is all of your content, all of this content that you create, is it backed up? Do you have it on a drive somewhere, files that you control? They're yours. They're not just living in this platform on a course platform, right?
Yeah, no, it's backed up.
Okay, so that's number one, that you have all of the stuff. So, because that means that that's ownership, right? That's yours. So even if the platform went away, you could find a way to give people that same content. That's ownership. That's an asset. Okay. So then from there, um, you already have customers of some kind that are using your stuff here and there. You want to get more of them, yes, but you have some that are accessing your stuff for now, right?
Yeah.
So for those people, you want to think about how they're accessing it right now, right? What does that journey look like for them? They want to learn something, they want to do something, they're accessing it, and they're doing what? And what are they looking for? How are they looking for it? What are the kinds of content that are after that?
I've kind
What
of
is
been
that?
I've been talking to some of my customers about how they use it.
Okay.
And basically it's very difficult for teachers to find the time to really use my platform. And they really would like me to send them a notification every day. This is what you can do in morning circle. This is what you can do outdoors. And this is what you can do for a brain break. They want me to basically spoon feed them the activities. Because planning, they don't have time. It's an extra sort of tool that they have to
Okay,
think about, log into.
well, that's great. You could totally do that. And you can do that you could set up a funnel. You could set up a course right now, one course program, okay? And every course is a 30-day program, okay? One course, 30-day lesson plan, right? And it's the course, and it's section week 1, and then the lessons. Week 2, then the lessons. Week 3, then the lessons. Week 4, then the lessons. And you've lesson planned it all out. It's all there. And you could pre-plan these out, and they deliver, and it's set up on drip feed. So when they sign up, it's 30 days from the day they sign up. So whoever signs up, it's on evergreen drip. So one teacher might be on day 1 here. Another teacher could be on day 3. Do you know what I mean? They're going to be on different days depending on when they signed up for it. And that's their lesson plan. They don't have to do anything. They've got the moving, they've got all the training and the literature and the downloads for their whole week, their whole month, whatever. And they'll get an email every single day saying your plan is available for the day. Then they can log in and get their information. And you can do that all through a single course, and you can pre-do it. So you could do course 1 is for January, all right? Or we'll say do it for now, July's course, right? Because there are certain where you're at, your teachers, if this is a regional thing, is it, you know, July activities, right? Seasonal. So you can have July's, August, September, October, November, December. You can have all of those set up as a course and all of the programs for those teachers all already set. And you can even do 3 different tiers for each program. So here's July's course. Tier 1 content is for the beginners, how you have it sectioned out
Yeah.
on your thing. So tier 1 is beginners. Tier 2 is intermediate. All right, tier 3 is advanced for this month's plan. So you can have 3 different levels of activities for each day, depending on if these are for advanced, if they're for intermediate or beginners. And you can have
So
that
I would, when it's a drip, can it be a drip notification or is it only a drip email?
all of the above. Just depends on how you set it up.
No, because I'm just thinking if it's a drip email, then they still need to go and log into New Zenler to access the activities, right?
Yeah, but
Mm.
yeah, the push notifications and things like that aren't that reliable. So because there's a
Yeah,
lot of settings.
it's
There's
to do
your
it so that
settings, there's
there's
their
as
settings.
few clicks as possible to get what they want. Because I was
Yeah.
even thinking of doing a PDF with links that they just click and then, but that means they've got my content forever. So it's quite hard to do it in a way that
No,
they
not
don't.
really. No, you can do it differently. So you can give and revoke access to links. Okay. Here, I'll show you how you can even do that using Zenler. Which you can do that if you want to give them just a sheet, a PDF that they have saved somewhere. Is my internet back on yet? Doodly doo. Let's see. Yay, okay. So just disconnecting from the hotspot because it's crazy. Okay. Now let's see. What was I doing?
You were going to talk about the PDFs, the PDFs, or I mean, like the
Oh,
drip.
the links. Yes, yes, there we go. Okay, now I know. Okay, where do I want? Okay, media library. So in the media library, you can upload stuff, right? And then this is a PDF. And over here on the right, this is the share link. Okay, so when you pick that up, you have settings. Anyone with the link can download this, or only logged in users with the link can download. So now, like in New Zenler, you can um the link would be like basically they would bookmark a page on Zenler or bookmark that, and then they'd have all the links. And as long as they were logged in, they'd have access to it. Or they wouldn't have access to it if they were, unless you wanted anybody with the link to have access. Now you also have ability on like Google to do the same thing, right? You can create groups where you can have somebody where you can limit access or revoke access. Um, like even on, let's see. Is that no? Yeah. So like this is Notebook LM from Google, and you have share settings for this as well. This particular notebook is public, but I can change it to private or restricted, and then only people part of this group, like a Google group that you create, can have access to it. And then if you change your mind, like you can change that access. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Yeah.
There's a lot of platforms where you can change access easily.
Mm. Hmm. Yeah. It's just so frustrating because, the teachers are so busy and they want to do as little as possible, and it's at their fingertips.
I get that. And if they're busy and if it's at their fingertips and that's too much, basically the market is telling you what they want. The market is telling you, we want this stuff, but we don't want to have to think about it. We don't want to have to search through your lessons plans because we want you to make the plans, the whole thing, and then just send us
Mm.
something every day to have it. They've already told you that. So, I mean, honestly, the easiest, quickest test that you could do without reinventing your whole business, like don't do that. The easiest test you could do is go into Zenler, create a course, right? That's a 30-day program for teachers. Do it at the beginner, do the intermediate level or whatever, and do it as
Hmm.
a 30-day program and map out all of the lessons and just make sure you have 30 days. Here's 30 days of movement, and here's all the pieces you need. Here's the download, here's the this, here's the that. Put it all in the course, get them into it, and just see how they use it. Do they use it every day? Set up the emails, let the emails trigger. Don't tell yourself a story that they need this many clicks or that many clicks or this. They've told you they want the full lesson plan. So give it to them in a 30-day program. This is how much the 30-day program costs, whatever it is you want to charge for that. Because now you haven't just created the movement lesson. Now you're not just creating content of here's the movement and here's how you do it. Now you're creating a whole 30-day plan for this
Mm.
teacher, okay? So that they don't have to. So now they don't have to think about it. So I would do that. Just set it up. Don't tell yourself a story about how they're going to access it or whether they're going to access it or not. Just do one 30-day program. You have the content already. It's all there. Put it all in. Map one 30-day program out. Don't overthink it. Get the emails set up because you can do the drip and the emails. Have it set up that they get a daily reminder when they come in because that's what they ask for. They want it. Can I get it every day? Can you just ping me? So set it up exactly like what they ask. Put the content in there and send the person the link. Try this one. Try this one out if let's see how it goes. And then after 30 days, you know, have 5 teachers go through it. How many do you have right now that you could email and say, listen, I got this new program. It's 30 days. You'll be my beta testers for this new program. You can get it at 30% off or whatever because you're my beta tester. Here it is.
Mm.
And get those first handful of people in there to try it out and then get their feedback. And if they say this was perfect, then it's perfect. If they say, well, we like this or we want that, then adjust. But don't go changing your whole platform, redoing your whole thing when you still don't even know if they're going to like it or use it or anything. You have the
Mm.
content, give them their 30-day program, let them test it out for you, and then see what the feedback is.
Mm. Mm.
Get the feedback and
Sounds
then
good.
do it.
Yeah.
Because a 30-day lesson plan, that could make your life a lot easier. Every month you got a 30-day lesson plan people can buy from you, and then that's it. Here you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah.
I know. I know. This is the world. This is the world. You just got to test it out, really. Test things out.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we tend to test things out and like in the biggest possible way. And we really don't need to do it in the biggest possible way. Sometimes a small
Yeah.
test will work. And if you have teachers that are really struggling to put together lesson plans and they don't have time and they don't have this or that, you know, talking to them about, what, what they do need, what can make their life easier, how we can get these kids moving and make it easily accessible for them and for you, because the capacity has to be there, not just for them, but it also has to be there for you to deliver the products and services.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my golly. I
Yeah.
know it's ridiculous. I just have so much content, and then I'll show you something that I have already created. So like just what you're talking about. I've got three
Mm.
different age groups, and like
Oh, yeah.
these are the three core movement areas where children should develop. And I actually have already three activities. I mean, they can be done a day or they can be done in a week, but I already have them in this format.
Yeah.
And in this format, they just, like, okay, tummy spins. They would just go to my program and go to the activities page, type in tummy spins. There it is. Open it. So
Yep.
it's that simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I know. We want everybody, listen, the one thing that you cannot ever do is correct or convince anybody of anything. If the teachers want it, they'll come and get it. And maybe if you make it easier for them, that 30-day program here, it's just one. Don't have to search through the stuff and decide, right? Because for teachers, maybe that's one of the biggest things they struggle with is decision fatigue,
Mm-hmm.
because they've got to make lesson plans and activities and crap. They have to do so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
The mental load that they are carrying is incredibly high, right? Because on top of that, most teachers are women. So women also perform 95% of the world's unpaid labor, on top of the fact
Mm.
that these are teachers as well.
Yeah.
So they're dealing with a lot inside of the education system and outside of it, right?
Yeah.
Like women, tend to take on the brunt of the workload. So if you relieve that workload for them, that mental load of no, you don't have to have a plan, you don't have to have this. For them, if you want to help them get the kids moving, it's about relieving that decision fatigue. Here's your whole 30-day plan. You don't even have to think about it. Here it is. It's all ready to go for you. And it all goes with the month of July. Like what is for teachers, for them, for example, you could do the research because I don't know what school is year round, preschools, kindergarten, whatever schools you're doing. But like in the United States, like we have certain themes, certain times of the year, certain things are going on, right? And some of our activities are around those themes, whether they're outdoor
Mm.
ones or indoor ones. So the fall themes with things that are pumpkiny or whatever, the holiday themes for different holidays, snowy themes, snow activities, rain activities, weather related education. We always have this time of year in Florida, especially it's regional. We have storm training. And all the schools talk about storms at different levels,
Mm.
and talk about if the thunder roars, go indoors, because it's like teaching the kids. But it's everywhere at that time of year, right? So if you're providing services for teachers, right? Like in this area in Florida, this time of year, we know when the thunder roars, go indoors. It's just something everybody here knows, and the teachers know it. So if I'm creating activities for teachers and I want them to be like, oh yeah, this is good for my June activity for storm season, for the beginning of storm season, I'm going to make sure it includes that theme to it, right?
Yeah.
Because the teachers already got that theme for that month in their lesson plan and their curriculum, right? So
Yeah.
starting
Yeah.
to kind of think like the teacher, like what kind of theme can I incorporate into this that connects back to what the
Oh, sorry.
bless
Yeah.
you, bless you, that connects back to what the teacher's doing in her business and her curriculum? What connects back to, what the seasonal themes are for
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now. And so it can just like have all of this interconnectedness where the teacher's like, oh, this is so a great relief. Then they'll be telling their other teacher friends, oh no, you got to get this from Darlene because
Yeah, yeah.
she planned the whole month for me. I'm good. She planned the next 6 months for me. I'm good.
Mm,
But just
yeah.
do one little test first.
Yeah, I will do that. I will try
Yeah.
and get onto that this summer because now I have the time, summertime. We don't basically, everything kind of closes here for 2 months. So, yeah, because I actually
Yeah.
run 2 sites. My other site, I'm also a karate instructor. So my actual main job here is I run a karate dojo.
Okay.
And my Move Kids program has kind of been a very, very expensive hobby that on the side for the last 10 years. So, yeah.
That's
So I have a
most
couple
crit
of karate courses. I have a couple of karate courses on the karate side. So I've sort of have done some work, but I've had somebody help me with that. I'm not so technically gifted. Yeah. So,
Yeah, that's the part. Although the barriers to entry are getting lower and lower on those kind of things. There's all kinds of apps now and the AI tools that can build whole websites and apps for people.
I know
It's
it's scary, right?
pretty incredible what it can do.
It's
Yeah.
incredible, but it's a bit, I'm one of those people who likes to write new lesson plans every week, not have somebody do it for me because I take the pleasure of creating in my own head.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, I do too. I absolutely do too. I don't use AI to create the stuff for me. No, 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 no. I give AI the stuff I've created myself.
And it improves on it. Yeah.
No,
No,
it cannot improve on me. But
no, of course
I
not.
did, I do have it converted into other things. Like I have some really long blog posts that I've written. I like to write. I'm a writer, so I write a lot. And I gave it my writing and I asked it to create an infographic for me based on this writing. And it did, and the infographic is perfect. Text rendering, images on it. It makes perfect sense. And so now I've taken my writing and I can't like I love the art. I really do. I love infographics. I love looking at other people's sites. I have some friends that are into graphic design. David Newton, he is into graphic design. He has an incredible eye for design. Anything you know what David made right away, right? It's so visually just incredible, some of the things he builds
Nice.
and designs. I can't do that, right? But I can write. And now I can take that writing and give it to AI. And now AI can make me a beautiful image that I never would have been able to make. And
So
it's
what
a real
AI
asset.
do you use?
All of them, whichever one I feel like it at the time. It just
But do you
depends
use a
on.
paid one?
I pay for a few of them, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I pay for ChatGTP. I pay for Gemini, and those come with some other tools too, like Flow and VO, like some video
So you
tools.
you you can put like a blog post in and ask for an infographic.
Yeah. Hmm.
I have never tried.
Yeah, you can. You can have it. You can put it in. So it's not just about, that's why I say people think AI is about like I'm creative and I'm smart and I like the way I think. I don't like the way AI thinks, but I can tell it how I think and tell it to make something based on that. And it does a
Mm.
really good job of it. Does a really good job. It's fun. Yep.
Yeah, I'll have to play a little bit with that.
Yeah. You can even have even video thumbnails, or you could have it create all kinds of things for you, that things that would normally have taken me so much time in the past that I don't have to do
Mm,
anymore because it'll do it for me. And based on my stuff, like I get to do the part I like, and
yeah.
then I can have it do the part that. I could never do.
But you know, Allie, do you know what one of my dream things to do before I die? Is I would just love to create kids' storybooks where they do movement. So
Mm,
if they're looking for the treasure to get there, they have to walk on this line, and then they have to be able to throw a beanbag at that target, and then they have to crawl backwards like a monkey.
aw,
You know what I mean?
great, but you should do
I would
it.
so love to do that. I
You
wouldn't
could
know where
do
to
that.
start.
You
Where
know,
do I
you
start? I've never, I mean, I like to write also, but I just don't even know where to start.
write,
And
you could
to
write the
me,
book and then give AI the prompts to make the images for you that go with it. And then you upload that to Amazon KDP and you self-publish your book like
you make
that.
it sound so simple.
And it's not simple. I know it sounds simple and it sounds like, oh, just do this. And it's like, oh, sure, Allie. Yeah, just do that. But it is actually not. It's a thing. Like I said, the barrier to entry is way less for people now than it's ever been. Self-publishing on Amazon, KDP, that's been around for a lot of years. I've published lots of stuff, journals, books. I know lots of people who have. It's actually there's a ton of content, KDP, how to do it, tons and tons of free content all
You
over the
keep saying
internet.
KDP. What is KDP?
Kindle Direct Publishing. That's Amazon KDP, Kindle Direct
Ah,
Publishing. That's what it's called. I'm sorry, I know use acronyms like everybody knows what they are, so I understand. So
it's
it's
okay.
Amazon KDP, Kindle Direct
Yeah.
Publishing. And yeah, you could upload, you can create journals, guided journals, prompts, journals, blank notebooks, literally, or actual storybooks, children's books, anything. And you can
I just
upload
think
them.
if it's in the form of a book, it kills two birds with one stone for a teacher because they need to read the child a story, but if they're going to be moving and be inspired to
Hmm.
move, even
Yeah.
better if there's some good graphics there or picture images showing what they have to do
Hmm. Yeah. No, you could self-publish on Amazon right now.
right now.
Yep, you could. It wouldn't take you, you've published, you've got that whole site, you've published and created all that content. You're a content creator. It would not be, it sounds like this thing that you've never done before or heard of or whatever. But once you just go look into how to self-publish, you will literally come back to me and be like, I could have done this 10 freaking years ago. And I will be like, yep, you could have. And you'll be like, why didn't I know? And I'll be like, I know, we've all done it. And you'll be like, well, here I go off in my new life as a famous children's book author who self-published on who self-published on Amazon. But it's not as it's scary because you've never done it or you haven't really heard of it before for whatever reason, but it's honestly it's not that difficult to do. There's a lot of free information and resources on how to self-publish on Amazon KDP, and it's not that difficult if you're the kind of person who has learned and done and creates content. Will not be difficult for you. If you've never created content or done a video or made documents or made, then people might be like, oh, I don't know what. But you're a content creator, you will definitely be able to self-publish and you will be kicking yourself that you didn't do it 10
Yeah,
years
I mean,
sooner.
I'm just honestly really just trying to find a way for teachers to make a difference to the physical development of kids because
Yeah.
they're just not moving. And I
Yeah.
mean, I teach kids every day and I see there's just more and more kids with
Hmm.
problems.
Yeah. You can self-publish those books on Amazon, have author copies print sent to yourself. You can give them out to teachers. You can sell them in person. Like you can keep a box in the trunk of your car. You could even do a move ones thing that's really popular, and it's a niche that sells very well on Amazon. Coloring books. Do move coloring books for kids. So it's coloring books or trace dots, dotted line and trace and outline, connect the dots and all of that kind of stuff. Activity books. So
Yeah.
even though they're physically sitting to do the activity, maybe that it's still
They think about
mental.
doing it.
They're thinking about doing it. So now it becomes
Mm.
not a book that the teacher is reading to the child. It becomes a book that the children now have, right?
Mm.
And yeah, I mean, you could print those yourself and have a whole box of them in your car that you either sell to people or give away as freebies. And in that book, you can have a link to your website for more activities for teachers. It could say for teachers, for caregivers, for whoever. Yeah,
Food for thought, huh?
it is. Yeah, there's a lot of ways. I mean, it's one of those where sometimes we don't know what we don't know, when it
Mm.
comes to being able to publish a book or create content or reach our market in a particular way, you know?
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
books
I've
may be
taken
it.
so much of your
Yes.
time. It's been lovely talking to you, Allie.
You
I
too,
will let
darling.
Lara have her turn now.
Yeah. Thank you. Hi,
Good.
Laura. How are
Thanks. Good
you?
night.
Good night. Can you hear me? I can't hear. There you are.
Sorry. Good. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks.
So I have a house full of animals, so if it gets loud, let me know.
Oh, Joe.
So I know
Oh, I
I've
see
joined.
I see your giraffe in the back. That is adorable.
Yeah, there's
Let's see.
and all my animals there, and I've got a
Mhm.
dinosaur there and a turkey vulture there, and I train them all except for the dinosaur.
Except,
But
yeah.
so I don't know if you I need some guidance.
Okay.
And it's just on, I joined Zenler in January to have courses, and I have memberships as well. I do a ton of live streams. So I think when I spoke with you last was what I'm trying to do is design some pages with Zenler behind the scenes. It's pages that are going to be when people go to the website, the home page of my current website, and they'll be directed there. And then once I get that set up, then I want to turn everything over to Zenler and get rid of WordPress. Um, but it's been 3 months since I've worked in Zenler, and now I'm just lost, confused where to go.
Mhm.
I'm not going to lie and tell you I'm not overwhelmed. So it's punishing my behavior of moving forward with Zenler.
Mhm.
And I need to get these memberships switched over now. I need to start live streaming now through Zenler. But I saw the accelerator course is getting ready to start again, and I didn't do it in the first place when I started because I wanted to be really thorough. So I took the longer route and just watching all the videos. And then I took too long of a break, and now I'm lost on where to go. Where would you suggest I go from here if I want to get set up immediately doing live streams? Um, I need to get one of my membership courses switched over to Zenler. Should I take the 60-day accelerator course? I saw David just said one's getting ready to start next Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday is it's the course. The course is there. If you've ever signed up Accelerator, go into your emails, find the replays of those. They're in there for you to go through. On Tuesdays, I will be doing Accelerator live like this, but it'll be specific for Accelerator program for getting through that process. This is support for anything
Yeah.
that's specifically for that program. So that's the live support for Accelerator program. So the videos are there, they've been there, they're out there. So you can watch those anytime. And then every Tuesday, I will be live to help you with any questions, implementation, going over stuff related to the accelerator program.
So, I can go ahead and go through the past emails because now that you say that, I'm remembering all those emails coming out once a week.
Yeah, for
So,
the accelerator, for all that, for the videos, for everything. Yep, go through them.
okay, so I'll start those tonight.
Yeah. And then on
Okay.
Tuesdays, and either way, it doesn't matter. On Tuesdays, I will be live for accelerator programs, so you can come in and ask accelerator questions anytime in there. And on Thursdays, which is what we have right now, I mean, this is open educational support. So anything related to Zenler on Thursdays, you can always get support on Thursdays. And then on Tuesdays, we'll focus on the accelerator.
Okay.
So you have options besides just Tuesday, you know?
Okay. Okay. Because I'll tell you, I got overwhelmed with trying to jump back in, figure out where I left off. And then I
Yeah.
found out that like my PayPal wasn't set up right. So I
Mm,
dug and figured it out. I think I figured it out, but I
yeah.
want my live streams to start as soon as possible. And I need to
Yeah.
get my communities built, all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a process, but the first thing like I would think about when it comes to your site now and your Zenler site and like what you're doing is logistically before you start clicking buttons, get a notebook and know what is the number one priority. Like you have customers that have paid you, right? So delivering that service and providing that is going to be number one. When you're switching a whole site from one to the other, you want to make sure the people that have paid you for what
Hmm.
they've paid you for, that's the first thing you're making sure is set up right. Okay, you all bought this and now you have access to it, not from here, now you have access to it here, and that's set. Like whatever those things are, I would make sure that's first if you have to turn everything off in the other spot. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if the switch is going to be, oh, when once it's here, it leaves there. If it's a switch, then the people who have paid for something, you got to make sure that part is set up, right?
Okay.
Their stuff. And I would really we always everybody I do it. I overthink setting up my courses, my memberships, my programs all the time. Overthink it, put all these things into it, spend hours and hours, and then be like, well, wait, what if I just do this? And it's like, oh God, like I just wasted days setting up a
That's
thing
me.
just to
That's me.
figure out that I could have just done this and that would have been so much easier. So the one thing that works for me is making sure that it's like, okay, let's let's not like anything that I'm trying to force never works out. Like, let me not force this into place. Let me stop and think intentionally, okay, what is the best place for this? Like, if I need this, what do my customers need and want from me right now? If I tell them I'm moving everything over, what is the thing they really want access to right away? What is the simplest way I can get that set up for them so it's easy for them to access and it's a relief on me, right? Because you don't need it to overwhelm you and you don't want it to overwhelm them. So, what's the simplest thing that I can do for them so that they get their thing? And the simplest thing I can do for me to get that for them without pulling all my hair out, right?
And
Like,
that's what I want. That's what I need
yeah,
to be doing right now.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Figuring that out. So figure out because I don't know how much content you have. I don't know what memberships, I don't know what courses they need access to. I don't know what that looks like. But start with that list. Like, what does that list look like? What is the first thing they need access to? What's the first piece you can put into place for them? Because you can't put all the pieces in place right this second. So what's the first piece? What's the most important piece?
Okay.
P-
I already
Pri
have an idea of what that would
yeah.
be.
and prioritize that list. This absolutely has to go first. And then as you're doing your thing, you might see some of these pieces move around like, oh, maybe I don't need that. Isn't it important? But don't jump to the end of the list, because a lot of times what happens is by the time you get here, you realize, oh, maybe some of that stuff wasn't even important anyway, right? That's
Yeah.
why we start with prioritization. What's the most important thing? Because then a lot of other stuff will fall into place after that, you know?
Okay. Okay. Good. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to come on here and just ask.
Yeah, and get into, like I said, go through the emails, find accelerator emails, go back through, catch the replays,
Okay.
and take notes, right? Like take notes, watch the video, take a note, and write down your questions too, because I'm that way. I will forget a million questions so that when you come to the lives, you can remember what to ask.
When I come to the lives on Tuesday for the accelerator.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Make notes for yourself about things and whatnot so that you don't forget things that you want to ask.
Okay.
So that you can make sure you get that stuff set up. Because I don't know, how
Yay.
long do you
Okay.
have? Do you have a timeline set up? Do you have like a deadline where you want it completely switched off by X day?
Yeah, it was this past February.
Well, I think well, actually, no, I think maybe it was February's not here yet. That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah, February 27. Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to take advantage of, because one of the things I do is I have what are called 1 hour drop-in classes. And
Hmm.
it's just, I go live for an hour and people like those. And those are for the public. They're not even in my membership or my courses. It's just, okay,
Okay.
I think I might want to learn about this topic. I want to get that one started now.
Okay. Where do you do the live at? Is it just in the Zoom, or do you stream it somewhere like Facebook or YouTube, or you just pop the link out to the people and they join in?
Well, they have to pay for it. Um,
Oh,
yeah, so it'll have to stay private, so it'll stay in Zoom.
right. It's in Zoom. Oh, okay. So yeah, you can do that. Here, I can show you how to do that. You can set that up fairly easy. You've got your Zenler site login and everything.
Yep.
You just come over to this live area right here, and you can do it. Now, when you set up this live, do you have it where the people are on screen with you? Or do you do it traditional Zoom style, like Zoom with everybody in the room with you? Like,
Um, I do um they can be on screen with me. Yeah, I don't care. But to interact with me, they interact via chat.
right. Okay. And that's it. Okay. So because you can set up either way you want to, right? You have the ability to do a webinar. And when you do the webinar style, you don't see people. They just have access to the chat and can do that. There's no other people on the screen. There's no nothing. It's just you. And then
Okay.
you have the chat available. Um, in the live webinar. Live
Okay.
interactive webinar, everybody's got a little square on the screen. Now you can have it to where they don't have cameras on, you can't see them or anything if you don't want to, or you can give them the ability to have their cameras on, right? You have a lot of control. So it just depends on how do you want to set it up.
Okay. Yeah, so I just need to figure out if I want to do via, sorry, dog's barking,
Oh,
via
I don't hear it. It's fine.
live webinar or live interactive. And so the interactive will have the people on the screen.
Right. You can change it for any of it anyway, right? Like, so, um, and classes tend to, I would do class, I would do it as a class. Only because most of the functionality is the same, but later on, if you're putting classes into courses or something, you'll want to do it from the live class, not from live webinar. So what you
Okay.
do is you just come in here,
Okay.
you name it. You put in your timing, you put in the date, the time. And then you put your maximum number of registrants. I forget what the number is right now, but
It's okay. I don't want any more than 100.
okay, so that's fine. So Zenler Zoom, if you had your own Zoom hooked up to Zenler, you could switch between them. And then how long your session's going to go. Now, I don't know, how long do you usually do them for?
An hour.
Okay. So you can put them on for an hour. The session does automatically end 1 hour and 15 minutes later. So if they tend to run over, what I say is it doesn't matter. It doesn't tell them it's scheduled for an hour and a half or anything. I just
Okay.
schedule it for the maximum time there because these are different. You only have 25 of these or 50 of these or whatever. 25 of these ones. So you get all 100 of these. So I always just take the longest one so you don't have to worry about it. You
Okay.
can make it a publicly available event, okay? You can do it, set it to automatically cloud record for you if you do recordings. I don't know if you do that, but then you can offer the replay as well.
Do I want to do it visibility public if they're paid and it's for paid people only?
It doesn't matter. It can be public and they still have to pay for it. I'll show you how to do that.
Okay.
Because right now, if you want it public just means public that they can see that it exists.
Okay.
And then you're gonna pick your, thing, and you're gonna have to set all your pages, design them, pick
Yeah,
your
I remember
content.
this. Okay.
Yeah, all of those things you're gonna have to figure out. But then right here you have pricing, okay? So now you can add a pricing plan to this. So if you charge, whatever, 25 bucks, 100 bucks, um, one-time fee, whatever, description, you can set how long is this available for? It's only available until this thing ends. So I would
So
say,
if they want to watch the replay, it's there?
um, if you want, you can have it set up. You have to manually do that, but they can have the replay as well.
Okay. Okay.
But setting availability is about the availability for the purchasing and
Oh,
enrollment. So that's separate. That's just what I mean. This isn't part of like an enrollment program. This
okay.
is just a
Okay.
one-time purchase kind of thing, one-time
Oh, I
thing.
see. I
So you're
see.
setting up, this is the payment for
Okay.
it. So now I'm adding this pricing plan to it. So now when somebody comes to this page, right, and they come to register for it, they've got to pay and they've got to go through the checkout to buy
Okay.
it. Then they'll get the link
Okay.
in their email. And again, you have the emails here. So you have automations here. So once you set the live class up, okay, this is all your live classes. This is the one
Yep.
we were set up for that. Once you click into that, everything you need from it is right here. You've got your live class details here. So that's your date and time and everything. And this is the direct join link. Okay. So that would bypass people paying for it. So don't give that to people you don't want to pay. This is the registration URL. So that takes them to purchase it, right?
Yep.
That's
Okay.
that purchasing page. So you have all of that stuff here. These are your pages now. So now you have to come through individually, click on here and go through and edit your registration page. Then you come through and you can customize your checkout page, your thank you page, you customize that waiting page, and then that replay page for when it's time to do that. Automations are here. So then you're going to come through here and this is where you set up your emails. That first one is already on and live because it's dynamic, which means it's just giving them the date and the link to the thing, okay? However, I always recommend you customize this. You can't change any of the dynamic bits, but you can make it a little bit more personal from you and give that message. You can also set up then and turn on the reminder sequence for that class as that live session as well. Those are dynamic as well. They're not turned on. You can customize those and have them turned on as well. And if you have, for example, you want to follow up with them after they've attended this, you can add another email. So clone one of the ones that's here and action name follow up. And you can do a follow up
Okay.
email, like if you want to invite them to buy another thing or do another thing or thank them or whatever. So you could do that. And then instead of scheduled time, you can put it at a specific date and time. So like it's scheduled today, you could send it out tomorrow or, the next day at a specific time.
Okay.
So that it's that. And then you can delete all this stuff because you don't need the dynamic information for this one. But and then you could say, hey, if you like this, come join my, I have this course that you might want to, if it's another program you have, or sign up here to my newsletter or whatever, so you could
Okay.
send that follow-up email there. But then that's all that stuff. You have the cloud recording will show up here. It could take up to 4 hours for it to show up. It's usually there within 4 hours. But some people have had it take a whole day, and that has nothing to do with Zenler. That's Zoom processing. Okay. So that's on Zoom side.